Hello friends and friend-adjacent organisms. Today is day one of shooting on my work camera until I have this thing fully figured out, but we're planning for 30 days. So a little bit of background on why I'm doing this. I am a Canon shooter primarily. I know Canon's like the back of my hands, their menu system, their buttons, and I've been pretty dedicated to that system outside of my Blackmagic and a few Fujifilm cameras. In December, I took a job as a full-time videographer, and they shoot on a different camera company. Now, my boss is pretty abstinent on making me use the company cameras, but I'm not a huge fan of it. So my goal with this series is to learn this camera inside and out, how to expose it, how to properly white balance it, the coloring system, as far as color grades in DaVinci, as far as profiles and all of that stuff. And I'm gonna review it every single day that I shoot on it and tell that to you guys. Now, primarily what I think is gonna happen is I'm gonna hate this camera at the beginning, as I've shot on it a little bit already and I'm not a huge fan. It's a little bit too digital looking. I also am not a huge fan of the menus, but hopefully as this series progresses, I like the camera more and more, and also become a better shooter on this specific camera system. What I need from you guys is to like and comment what camera system, or specifically what camera you think this is throughout this process. I'm not gonna tell you guys till the end. Now, to fill in any of the gaps here, essentially what I'm gonna be doing is just shooting random crap every single day for the next 30 days. Some of these videos may turn out to be pretty good, some of them may not, but I think the end result is going to be attainable no matter what, as long as I'm shooting on this camera. I'm gonna try out different lighting conditions, different sets, different subjects, and pretty much everything in between. So as I learn this camera, hopefully you guys might learn it too, or at least find this interesting. So let's get shooting. Now, I want to preface today's episode with the fact that I am shooting on a 24mm f1.4 lens. I don't plan on changing that. I do have other lens options available, but I'm gonna be out and about. It's almost 90 degrees here in Western Pennsylvania, so I may as well be outside, and I don't feel like carting a bunch of crap around with me. So 24mm lens, f1.4, and we have a K&F variable ND with black mist filter on here for exposure, obviously. Currently I'm shooting at f1.8. I feel like I got the exposure pretty good on this, but we'll find out when we hit post. Alright, so some thoughts after shooting outdoors with this so far. It's a very digital and like sharp, edgy looking image. Don't love it. Doesn't have like a filmic look to me, but I know that these cameras are typically used for like pretty professional stuff, so I'll see what I can do in post. With the black mist filter on here though, it did soften it up significantly. So to me, like, I don't know that I'll ever shoot this without some kind of like mist filter, whether it's black mist or white mist or gold mist filter on here. I think it definitely does something to the image that helps quite a bit, like take the edge off. Now again, I can edit this in post, soften it up, but I like to do things in camera as much as possible. I will say having the super high base ISOs, well, super low and then super high base ISO, very convenient for shooting low light, or if I want to like pop this ND filter on here and crank it up and shoot like wide open, that's nice. We'll kind of see how that goes, but we're gonna move inside for some shots. I might show you guys some dicks, and we'll go from there. What's up, Chuck? You're wet. Why are you wet? Quick low light test. I only have on some Govee like rope lights here. That's it. Only residual light coming into the bedroom. Currently at 12,800 ISO, f1.4, 1/50 on the shutter speed. This is insane. So while I don't like the digital sharpness of this, being able to see in like damn near darkness is crazy. Now I decided to turn all of the lights off except for like my little Govee bar light, and we're at 25,600 ISO. Looking at the screen, it still looks pretty good for being this high of ISO. We'll see what it looks like in post. I can see some noise in my black shirt, but like wild. Hello, me. It's me again. From the future. In fact, from day number 2. And this is going to be my submission for day number 2, but this is also my public service reminder to check your audio cables. That's why the clip that you are watching right this second doesn't have any audio. Because I managed to unplug my audio cable from the camera and not get any audio. So just to give a quick rundown of day 1, my thoughts, my feelings on the current camera that I'm shooting on. There's a few things from it that impressed me. It's low light, and the clip that you're viewing as we speak, while it's not usable in a professional setting, I think for something like YouTube, totally viable. Lots of noise reduction ran through it, still a good bit of grain, but usable nonetheless. It's at 102,400 ISO. So if you think about that, that's actually pretty crazy. Otherwise, the autofocusing system is not as good as people tout it to be. In fact, I would say my Canon is somewhat better and a lot more comfortable to use. Now that could be because the current camera that I'm shooting on also doesn't have a functional joystick, but I don't think that's entirely the culprit. I just think it's not as good as people say it is. Color-wise, it actually surprised me. I've heard a lot of times that this camera system doesn't have good colors, and I think the colors speak for themselves. They're not bad at all. Now, granted, I did color grade these, and not heavily, but, pretty extensively. But still, they look pretty good. And they look pretty good straight out of camera with just a Rec. 709 conversion as well. Now, some other things that I want to comment on. Comfortability-wise, this does not have the ergonomics that Canon does. And honestly, I don't think there's many camera systems out there that do. Maybe it's just because I'm used to Canons, or maybe they just really are that good. But it feels more like a piece of tech or a toy than it does a full-blown camera system. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just a personal preference. Low light, 5 out of 5 hell yes. In fact, 6 out of 5 hell yes. This thing is insane. The 640 and 12,800 base ISOs, which is probably going to give away this camera system anyway, super versatile. 640 is perfect for shooting in daylight with even an ND filter wide open. 12,800, I shoot a lot of content in the coal mines. 12,800 is just such a viable tool to have as an ISO range, as a base ISO that eliminates noise. So yeah, low light, I don't think there's a camera company that I've shot on that has even come close to competing with this. Now, as for the rest of the system, we're at 3 out of 5 hell yes so far. The menus, I hate them. I don't think I'm ever going to like them. They're convoluted and you have to jump through hoops to find what you want. But I am very spoiled by shooting on Blackmagic and Canon because their menu systems are probably the best in the business until you get to something like a Red or an ARRI, but I don't have that kind of money. Now, as far as image quality goes, I'm still kind of up in the air with it. I don't have a mist filter on here right now, so you are seeing the full kind of digital sharpness to it, and I don't love it. But it is kind of growing on me because it's an easy fix in post-production. With that being said, day 1, I color graded all the footage this morning. It is now day 2. I didn't get to shoot too much personal stuff on this today, but I did shoot a lot this morning as far as like mine rescue goes. It wasn't bad. It's getting more comfortable. It's still not my preferred system, of course, which I didn't expect by day 2. But I'm starting to kind of figure out some of the quirks of it and the menu systems and how to, set stuff up for quick and easy access. So it's getting better. I will say the lens selection, significantly better than Canon's, but I also shoot a lot of EF glass, so that's not as much of a factor as it would be if I were, dedicated to the RF system. I like EF glass because I can convert it over to my Fujifilm, my Blackmagic, or whatever other camera bodies I'm shooting on. So EF is super versatile. I don't think that there's anything that's really going to beat Canon glass, to be honest. But that's about as far as I've gotten so far. So be sure, like, subscribe. Join me for day 3. We will see you tomorrow, or tomorrow. Depends on what Logan day you're talking to, whether it's day 1 or day 2 or day 3 or day 4.